Hey everyone, Joe here with Joe's Disc Golf, and today I'm going to be talking about shoulder and the arm and the elbow and just hanging out with my really sweet looking Justice here. One of the common complaints I hear a lot of times when I'm out on the disc golf course or just talking with friends is that my arm hurts, my shoulder hurts, my wrist hurts. A lot of different complaints. Generally with the arm, I've heard of some low back stuff and some leg stuff and ankle stuff, but that the ankle stuff is really more about tripping over your own feet on the course, which I've done a lot. Also, if you saw Jomez recently with the girl who steps off the front of the box and totally wrecks her ankle, yeah, that's not good. So if you've got any cool injury videos, send them my way, and I'd love to go over them and kind of talk about what probably was hurt. Some of the exercises you can do at home that will help prevent injuries. Now, nothing will ever 100% totally protect you from injury, but these exercises will help make your arm stronger and more resistant to injury. Now, before starting any new exercise program, consult your doctor, make sure you're in the right physical health. If you do have an injury to your shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, any injury in general that is preventing you from playing disc golf, go see your doctor, go see a physical therapist, go see a chiropractor. Someone that can help you get back into your best health and get you back on the disc course as fast as you can so you can go out, throw those backhands, throw those forehands with no issues. Even, hey, get some overhead stuff, get a hammer throw in there. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know when you're gonna end up in the weeds and need to just throw some crazy shot up and over. Now, let's go ahead and talk about 10 exercises that we're going to do here. They're all really quick. You can knock these out in about 10 minutes or so, maybe a little faster, but remember, form is what you need. You go too fast, speed kills, you don't do it right, it's not even worth doing. So we got a couple with the shoulder, kind of with the elbow too, they're kind of connected, and then lastly we've got some wrist exercises. So let's go ahead and go over, and I'm going to show you the first couple shoulder exercises. The first exercise we're going to do, you're going to need a resistance band, and you're going to hook it up into the door, kind of like I've done. Easiest way to do that, take the end of it, put a knot in it, put it behind the door, kind of drape it over the handle and close the door. It'll stay in nice and tight. As for brand of exercise band that I use, I strongly prefer the Theraband brand. I will leave a link in the description below to Amazon. There are 3 different colors, yellow, red, and green. This is not that brand. This was something that I had laying around here. If you have something that's laying around that's not too heavy of a resistance, you're good to go. And when I say too heavy, I mean maybe a couple pounds of resistance. This is not very hard. If I really wanted to, I could pull this out of the door, snap it, and then hurt myself as it comes flying out, hitting my arm. Now what you want to do is get this in. You want to grab it in your hand like this. This first exercise is called shoulder internal rotation. Internal rotation for the shoulder is when you're bringing your arm in like this. Generally, you're just bringing it closer to the body. So what you're going to do is go ahead, stand up nice and tall, shoulders back, pretend like you're trying to pinch a baseball between your shoulder blades and the back. So you're gonna stand up nice and tall and bring it in nice and slow. You don't want to have your elbow out to the side doing anything funny. You don't want to try to turn like this or do any of that. What you want to do is stand up nice and tall, keep that elbow tucked in. You could always put a towel or something here to help you keep that elbow there. And you're going to do this 10 times. That is our first exercise. Our second exercise is shoulder extension. So extension would be bringing my arm back straight behind me here. So what I'm going to do is take this, I'll face ahead, and what I'm going to do next is go ahead and just pull back to about even with my thigh. I don't want to go too far. I can go a little bit further back than that, but you don't really need to go crazy. You don't want to try to lean over, lean back, do anything goofy like that. What you want to do is just keep your shoulders back, stand nice and straight, and bring it straight back. Again, you're going to do that 10 times. Now, the next exercise you're going to do is called shoulder flexion. So you're just bringing your arm forward. I like to start out right about at my thigh, bring it up to about shoulder height. So you're going to do that 10 times. Again, stand up nice and tall, pinch those shoulder blades back, and go ahead and do that. So the last exercise we're going to do with this is shoulder external rotation. So this is the opposite of the internal. Remember with internal we were going in, now we're going to go out. So I'm going to grab this just like this, and go ahead and rotate out. You want to make sure that your elbow is always at 90 degrees with this one and with external rotation. You're just going to keep pulling it out just like that. Remember to keep your elbow tucked in tight, shoulders back. Make sure you're trying to pinch that baseball between your shoulder blades and do this. Now you're going to feel a burning kind of in your shoulder blade area. With all of these exercises, we're working a bunch of tiny little muscles that only need a couple pounds of resistance. Now if you go and try to do this with a very heavy resistance band, you're not going to be working the muscles that are really stabilizing your shoulder. You're going to be working other stuff, which is not a bad idea for general strength, but if you're trying to prevent injury and trying to increase the longevity of your career, your disc golf playing abilities, you're going to want to do this with a lighter weight. So you're going to do this 10 times. Once you've done all 4 of those exercises, you're going to repeat them 2 more times. You're going to do this for a total of 3 sets of 10. Next, we're going to move on to a different exercise. This next exercise, you're going to want to attach your Theraband band above you. So you can still use your door, whatever you're using, but it needs to be attached up above you. So you're going to be pulling your band from up high to down low. So what I like to think about is right off to the side here, my elbow is bent, my wrist is bent, just like that, 90 and 90. My shoulder's also up at 90 degrees. I'm holding the platter. Then I'm going to take my wrist, bend it down, and put my sword away. And then you're going to take your sword and bring it back up to holding your platter again. So this is what it looks like when we're doing it with the band. So you're taking it from here, I'm bending my wrist in, I'm pushing it down, I'm putting it towards my opposite hip, and then I'm going right back up, nice and slow and controlled. Remember, speed kills, and if you go too fast with these, you might as well not do them at all. So we're going to do these for 3 sets of 10. This is our first diagonal pattern. So again, you're starting up here, your wrist is out like this, elbows bent, shoulders bent, and you're going to reach back down into your pocket on the opposite side, put that sword away, and then you're going to take that sword out and hold onto your pizza tray. So our next exercise, you're going to want to attach your Theraband down low. So maybe under your door, maybe to a table leg. If you have a heavy chair or put some weight on a chair, go ahead and attach it to one of the legs. Once you've attached it, you're going to start with your elbow extended, shoulder kind of down by your side. You're going to grab the Theraband and you're going to pull it up and pretend like you're kissing your bicep. And then let it back down nice and slow. You're going to pull it up again. This time you're going to make sure that you bend your wrist, holding on tight so you don't let go. Bend that elbow nice and tight. Again, you're going to do this for 3 sets of 10. This is another exercise that is going to work a bunch of the little muscles in your shoulder and in your forearm and in your elbow to help keep you nice and strong and safe when you're out there to help prevent injuries. Remember, nothing is going to prevent 100% of injuries, but let's try to minimize that risk as much as possible. Once we've done all of these shoulder exercises, we're going to move on to some wrist and forearm exercises, and I'll go ahead and show you what those look like next. Next thing we're going to do is work on the wrist and forearm. Now, a lot of the muscles that control your wrist and allow you to move your fingers and hands actually start all the way back up in your elbow here. So what we're going to do is take a 1 pound weight, something that weighs approximately 1 pound. You don't want to go, again, too heavy because then you'll be working out other muscles that won't help really stabilize and help protect you as much. So what you're gonna do is get on a nice flat surface like this. I like putting my hand right here. I've got my 1 pound weight, and I'm just gonna bring this up 10 times. This is called wrist flexion. And once we've done this 10 times, we'll go ahead and flip over. So the back of our hand is facing up towards the ceiling this time. Again, I'm just gonna do this because I find it comfortable, to be completely honest. And I'm just going to bring my wrist back like this 10 times. So go ahead and do that 10 times. We'll do that 3 sets, so that's a total of 30 reps with each one. Now, I have a 1 pound cuff weight here that you can use, or you can go to Walmart or Five Below or something, get a 1 pound weight. Those little dumbbell weights, which are great for the next exercise. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those, so I did create something a little different. It looks kind of like a hammer, but it's not a hammer. Up top is an old like Mountain Dew bottle or something that I filled with some sand that weighs about 1 pound. I have it on this little bit of a extension here. These are old tubes that I have here, essentially like really thick cardboard tubes. So what you can do is grip it at various spots here and it'll make it easier or harder. But what you're going to do is stabilize your forearm here and let it rotate down to one side. So now the back of my hand is up. Bring that back up to the top and let it go down to the other side. And now my wrist is facing up. What you don't want to do is just let this drop to the side because you're not going to get anything out of it. What you want to do is make sure that this goes down slow and controlled, and then back up nice and slow and controlled, and then over to the other side, again, slow and controlled. So if we start here, going down to this side, back over to the other side, and then back to the middle, that is 1 time. You're going to do that 10 times. We're going to do that for 3 sets. Now you're going to feel like your grip strength and your forearm, that's all going to be on fire, especially if you're not used to doing this. But these are great exercises that you should do every single day, or at least at the bare minimum 3 times a week. This will help prevent injury, that'll get your arm stronger. It might add a little bit of distance, if nothing else. It should help with your accuracy because you're going to find that your muscles are stronger, you're going to be able to control them a little bit more, and on top of that, by the time you get to hole 18, hole 19, you're playing a tournament, hole 24, hole 36, you're tired, but your muscles have now built up a little extra endurance, so maybe you can outlast your competition a little bit longer. Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you really enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. I'm always looking for more questions to answer, so if you've got any questions about disc golf in general or disc golf injuries, I'd be happy to help in general terms. Go ahead and reach out to me on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me there at Joe's Disc Golf. You find it right here along the bottom of the screen. I'm always happy to help. I'm always out there answering questions about disc golf, about any injuries, trying to point people in the right direction so you can get healthy as fast as possible. If you like that video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Hit that little bell icon so you can get notified whenever I put out a new video. Thanks for watching, and I can't wait to see you all in the next video.